Bensound.com. 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 Bensound.com.
Seven, six, five, four, three. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is Tuesday, November 24th at 8:59. We're kicking this off a little bit early this morning. It is a really cool day. For those of you that know or don't know, I am married to one of the most beautiful women in the world. She gave me a beautiful daughter that looks exactly like her and acts like me, so the world is in for a hurting. And I'd say that all to let you guys know that that beautiful lady, she's turning 29 again this year today. Yeah, I know, 29 for like 30 years. It's really weird. Anyways, I just wanted to give a big shout out. Happy birthday to my wife, Kimberly. If you happen to see her out, give her a shout out. If you see her on Facebook, give her a happy birthday. Tell her I said, and tell her I love her. And we'll go from there. But the witching hour is upon us. It is 9 a.m. Had a really cool meeting yesterday. We're moving forward on the all gold and platinum and silver Monopoly game project. That is a huge project for us. We're moving forward on doing the furniture for the new rooms at the City Hall Grand Hotel in Williamsport. That is pretty awesome to me. What else? We got, well, obviously I got people on. Let's see what Mr. Dr. Lee Powers has to say. Hey, Lee, you're on my live show this morning. What's up?
Howdy, everybody.
I'm talking to my my audience right now. You're live. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Let me finish this up and I'll come see you. All right. Later. And looks like that phone call was to let me know that I'll be outfitting the new brewery going in on 64. The barn on 64 is moving forward. Floating Feather Brewery is coming to State College area, Lock Haven area. It's right there in between. I don't even know what that is, if that's Lamar or Zion. I'm not sure. But yeah, that call just tells you it's that simple. I get a call. Hey, I want you to do signs. I want you to do lights. Also got Pro Fire Safety up on 64. I got Devlin's proofs done. We're going to send those over today, and hopefully we'll get all these projects, and our year is starting to finally kick off, and it's only almost December. Between the health issues and COVID and everything like that, this was not our breakout year. It's not the year we had hoped for. But it's that way for a lot of families. I feel your pain. That's one reason why I started doing this broadcast, was to show you guys how you can make files and be able to make money. I'm hoping here in the near future to have a actual studio redo, and get the studio looking right and looking good, and we'll go from there. So without further ado, I think I'm going to start the show. We got John G. Good morning. We've got John G. He sent me a picture. Let's see what this picture is. Okay. There we go. John has the Razorbacks licensing, and I've been helping him through a couple things with his CNC machine, getting it set up and whatnot. Let's get some more people in here. Need questions and interaction this morning. And let's see who responds to that, because I need something to keep me going, because I am dog tired. My neighbor's dogs kept me up all night. Didn't sleep well, still having chest pains really bad. Yeah, it hurts. What's up? We got another one from John. Thank you very much. Absolutely. I love plugging other businesses. Copperhead Metals. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It is good to see you here. I don't think I caught you yesterday. Copperhead Metals, if you would reach out to me, please. I would love to have you on a special live or on the morning show to plug your business and talk about what you do. So as a matter of fact, we're going to go up. I'm going to pull up YouTube, and we're going to give him a quick plug. All right. Let's see. I'm trying to find your setup on YouTube. I have Copperhead's Metal Detecting. Mr. Copperhead, if you would, please send me a link to your YouTube or your Facebook so I can give you a plug. I want all my audience to know who you are. You've been kind of following me since the beginning. I really appreciate that. While we wait on that, some things came in yesterday and the day before that I didn't really get to I didn't really get to address because of just time, health. I didn't feel good. So one of the main questions I was asked was, what is my favorite tool in my shop? And I guess I could say my favorite tool is me. Yeah, I called myself a tool. I'm a whole damn tool bag. No, I really genuinely think I am the most valuable tool in my shop because I've taken time to learn all of the aspects of what I want to do. We've kind of developed something unique in the fact that we started in a home shop. We went to two very large locations, 40,000 square foot plus. And then we shrunk back down and came back home. And I feel much better here. I like it here. I love having the big shops, but I feel better being right here. So I don't know. That's one of those things for me. I think I'm probably the best tool. I can tell you what I'm not good at. I'm not good at using my woodworking tools. I can't cut a straight line with a circular saw without a saw guide to save my life. I really never took construction trades or anything. So I basically, I get a tool, I watch YouTube videos on it, and I'm like, okay, this is the best blade to use. Okay, go ahead. I made the mistake early this year when I went in and there we go. When I went into Lowe's, I went into the local Lowe's. I asked the tool guy, I said, I'm building cabinets. I'm cutting birch plywood. What do I need saw blade wise? And they gave me like 140 tooth or 144 tooth saw blade. And now I had a ripping blade on there for 2x4s. And then he gave me this thing and I'm like, okay, it makes sense, whatever. And I use it and it starts smoking. My saw is just being overloaded. The wood's being burnt. The blade is like bending and stuff. And it was from that point on, I will not take advice from the tool guy at Lowe's. I will do the research before I go in and have that ready to go and know what I want. That was a very valuable lesson. One of the other valuable tools that I have in my shop, this right here, I carry this with me. I keep it on me and it's my smartphone. The reason why I keep it on me, I've got Google on there, I've got YouTube on there, and I've got my friends list. And if I have a question on something, I pop on. I'm like, hey guys, what do I have to do for this? I don't understand this. And they will walk me through exactly what I need to know as I do this. Some of the tools that I have, wow. I got a private question as to what are some of the tools that you have. So some of the bigger tool purchases that I made, I have a pretty good metal tool selection for making motorcycle tanks and fenders and frames and stuff. So we've got obviously all of our CNC machines, mills, lathes, plasmas, routers, lasers, 3D printers, 3D scanners, vinyl cutter, robotic arms. And that's pretty much all we've got on that. Another custom sign order just came in. But that's pretty much what we've got on the CNC front, right? But hand tools get left out a lot. We have multiple circular saws, multiple drills and impact drivers. We have a wet saw for our stonework. We have diamond tipped blades for stonework for our angle grinders. We have polishing kits for our stone. It's lost on a lot of people how much gets wrapped up in all of this stuff whenever you start doing a sector. We got into stonework, and whenever I first started, I would just take stone right out of the trash pile and throw it on the machine and impact engrave it. And I was like, okay, we're good, And then I showed the guys at the stone mill what I was doing, and they're like, oh, here's a better way to do it. And they show me the tools that they use, and they're like, you can buy a cheaper version here and you can do it this way. And, I dig that. That to me is pretty cool. And so I usually hop on Amazon and I'll purchase the inexpensive kit to start. And then if something takes off, I'll move forward with it. We have shrinkers, stretchers. We have long throat shrinker stretchers. We have English wheels, planishing hammers, all for metal shaping. We have presses and brakes, and we have custom tooling for those, for like bending motorcycle seat pans. We have TIG welder, MIG welder, oxyacetylene cutting, plasma cutting. Trying to think. We have screen printing, we have film printers, we have exposure units, we have drying units, we have overhead dryer. We have multiple computer setups, router tables, like hand router tables, just a plethora of stuff. We got JD Creations Wood. That's Jerome DeFrank. You guys hear me talk a lot about him on my other lives, on my personal Facebook page and my group pages. Good morning. Good to see you on here. He's doing great stuff. He's been recognized by Vectric Software, the VCarve and Aspire company. They showcase a lot of his products. He's doing a really good job at learning his machines, and pumping out some awesome flags, some awesome furniture, and some awesome epoxy inlays. So just so you guys know, you can catch him on YouTube, Facebook, and stuff like that. Okay. What else? Other tools we have, chop saw. I have a compound miter chop saw, big dust collection system, belt sanders. I'm just trying to think. We've got a ton of hand tools, and it doesn't just stop there. I mean, we've got band saws, horizontal and vertical band saws. We've got our powder coating and all the stuff for that. In general, it's just one of those things that I'm pretty jazzed at where we got. It's been a couple decades of gathering tools, and just moving forward. So, that's pretty much my listing of tools and stuff like that. I think for my part, any tool that you are proficient with is a good tool. The tool is only as good as the user. And for me, like I said, I can't cut a straight line to save my life, but I can program the hell out of a machine to do it for me, and I have guys that look back at me and they're like, I don't know how you program a machine to do that. I can't answer, I can't find my email. I can't answer an email. Different strokes for different folks. I've got guys that I admire, that they're learning how to use CNCs, but they are a blast on hand tools. So you look at that and you're like, wow, this guy can do hand tooling and make something so beautiful. But then he comes to me to answer questions on how to CNC something. I'm like, that makes no sense. You can cut wood by hand so nice. How can't you run CNCs? And then I grab my circular saw and I'm like, hey, Mark, how do I cut this straight line? Like, what do I do? How do I set this up? You know, so that's some stuff right now that I'm pretty excited about. Okay, John wants me to explain advertising on Facebook and make a business page. We'll talk about that. Let me write that down in the notes. I got my little tablet here of show notes as I get private messages and I can fit them in. Okay, I will get to that, John. So one of the new tools that I'm kind of concentrating on with the woodworking aspect is my work environment. And that doesn't sound like a tool, but it absolutely is a tool. Jerry is the man for what John wants to talk about. Jerry does. He actually teaches that at a college. LICO's a private college, not a university, if I'm correct. I would love to have you on, Jerry. As you can see, we fluctuate in audience. I would love to be able to reach more people, and I would love to be able to actually get some of this information out to the other makers and whatnot. So, so with my work environment, what I'm looking to do right now, I have a lot of stationary cabinets, but workbench space is always at a minimum. You know, you can never have enough. So one of the issues is when you have it, you stack stuff on top of it. And when you stack stuff on top of it, you have to move it. It becomes very cumbersome. I am absolutely guilty of it. So what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to make breakdown workbenches. And they will be broken down after every project. With those workbenches, I'm going to CNC the tops. They're going to be a Polk or MFT style fixture tops. So we're going to have a girder system underneath of a sheet of MDF or hardwood. And in that, we're going to have bench dogs that we can put into it to actually push and square stuff. And we'll be able to assemble stuff. My one big goal for 2021 is I want to have a small showroom up at the front of my property so people can come in and look at my wares. And then I want to start with my small garage, and I want to line it with cabinets and workbenches so that as I'm doing this stuff, I can actually make use of all of my space. I'm going to put everything on casters. I'm going to start making platforms for everything to go on casters. They will be all-terrain casters, so I can move them out into the driveway and then move them back in. I think one of the things I'm going to do is set up a couple breakdown tents. So whenever it's like snowing and raining and stuff, I pop those up, put the covers around them, move the tools out. They're covered, and then move them back in whenever I need to close up. I think that's kind of how 2021 is going to look for me until I get everything squared away until my breakout year hits. That's what we're going to do. So I'm really excited. John wants to know the night before when Jerry is going to be on the show. I'm looking forward to that myself. Jerry has an open invitation for this show anytime. I met Jerry at the Covation Center. We spoke about business resources. In my area, there is a place called the Covation Center in Williamsport, and that resource connected me with Jerry, and Jerry is one of the unique individuals in that he genuinely cares about small business owners and how to best help those owners make the most of what they have. If you have a $5 budget, he'll find a way to make that $5 make you 20. You may not like it, you may not agree with it, but it happens and it works. So it is it is what it is. Now we're getting flooded with comments. I like it, guys. Thank you. Was just about to say, put everything on casters so you can have multiple going at once, and you can push them out of the shop to hand sand, etc. outside. It helps to reduce the fine particle dust. Absolutely. JD Creations, Jerome, out of the air in the shop. It helps with breathing and keeping machines cleaner. Absolutely. Copperhead, that's what I've tried to do, is everything on casters makes cleaning shop a lot easier too. Awesome. So that's one of the big things. Like right now, my shops are just pole barn and 2x4 construction. No insulation, open walls. I'm trying to get into recycling plastic. I want to make some plastic grinders and augers. I have a friend that's trying to get me a couple grinders and extruders, and my hope is to actually make plastic, like 12 gauge size plastic pellets, line them up, put them on a press, and press them into a sheet. And the reason why I'm hoping for that is I want to do floor coverings and wall coverings with it at an inexpensive price for people that run shops. I also want to make bricks, plastic hollow bricks, and inside of that, you could take old clothing or whatever you can find, paper, whatever, and stuff inside there, and then you'll be able to insulate your wall with this plastic and cloth and paper or whatever, and have a fully recyclable product insulating your walls. And that's kind of where I want to go with things. See if you can get some spray foam for the shops. You can DIY it too. Would help to reduce temps in the shop and keep machines from freezing in the winter. Absolutely. Right now, like I said, most people don't realize Croft CNC was built on my shoulders. Okay. Me and my wife literally invested everything we have in Croft CNC. It's a one-man wrecking crew. When I'm sick and when I'm down, it's shut down. It is what it is. When I'm doing this show, I'm not making money out at the shop. It's scary sometimes. So anytime that I can get some ideas around, the hard part is just getting the help to do it with trying to not be a nuisance on local friends, and stuff like that. It becomes pretty rough, pretty difficult at times to get things done. So, I've got to do what I've got to do, and we go from there. So, this year it's going to be our breakout year. We're going to do it. We're going to hit every show that I can get into. I'm doing. Let's see. It's been worth it. We don't freeze in Florida. Just helps to reduce the shop from becoming an oven. Hey, I agree right there. We here get freezing temperatures. As a matter of fact, went out this morning. It was 28 degrees. I left some stains out. They're frozen. They're now no good. Aerosol cans, they freeze, they pop, stuff like that. So it is what it is. We try to move forward and just make things happen. Like I'm a firm believer for us small businesses that you have to be willing to sacrifice everything, including your well-being in order to make it. And the reason I say that, I'm not telling you to sacrifice your well-being. I'm telling you have to be willing to. We get into some sketchy situations at times. We do some really off the wall stuff that, I'm sitting there hanging off of rock faces and stuff like that to hang a machine to engrave on rocks. I'm like, why did I do that? And then move forward from there. Let's see. Where in Florida are you, Copperhead? I'm in Cocoa Space Coast area. See, this is what I love about this show. We've got JD Creations reaching out to Copperhead, and more than likely these two never would have started a conversation unless it was about this part of it. Jerry, why do you believe shows are your best investment of your time? Actually, I don't believe they're my best investment of time, but they're my best ROI on return right now. And the reason being, I have to do the shows to get my name out, to make the money to give you so you can give me my return on investment for ad revenue. I would love nothing more than to get more movement on my Etsy store and my website. My website is very, very slow. My Etsy store is very slow. I do very well at the shows, and I think it's because I get my story out. I get to talk to people. Copperhead is in Brooksville area, Ridge Manor to be exact. Nice. He was born in Rockledge. Ryan Sanders, what's up, my man? Love your work and the custom orders you have done for me. Man, Ryan and I love that man. He's walked the same path I've walked. I can't wait to see you again. It's men like that. Ryan, he knows a lot of the men I'm talking about, that they are willing to help at the drop of a dime. With my recent health conditions, I have not been able to see a lot of my friends. And because of that, it takes a toll on you, as a man, as a small business, as just wanting to be there and be useful and be helpful. So when a man like that reaches out to me and tells me they love my work and the stuff that I've done for them. Shit, that touches my heart, and I appreciate it. Ryan, you are a stand-up brother. Thank you. Let's see. Social media is definitely the way to go. Just hard to focus on it when our product line is currently limited. Absolutely. Absolutely, Copperhead. Copperhead, you can shoot me a private message with your name. That way I can address you by your name rather than Copperhead Metals. JD Creations obviously is Jerome. I know him. I probably know your name if you've reached out before. I just can't associate it. Yeah, Jerry's live stream. I might actually have to reach out to him and have a couple segments. Okay, Mike Ransdell from Copperhead Metals. Okay, I know exactly which Copperhead you are now. Dude, this is great. I didn't even realize that because he's coming through on my YouTube channel. I didn't even realize. I followed his work, and he does some great stuff. He's, if I'm correct, you were running a homemade plasma table. I don't think that you bought your table. You built your plasma table, if I'm correct. And I'm not positive on that. This is just me shooting out stuff from memory. But he had a home built setup running like Mach 3, I think. And that's something I would love to have you on the show sometime to talk about interfacing Mach 3 and sheet cam, because like a lot of my stuff, I have proprietary software that does the cam side of it for me. And I believe yours, he actually just responded. We got a couple of them. He said yes. John's L&DJ Custom Home Decor LLC. We'll just call it L&D. Ground up, it's been an awesome experience. Like I said, Copperhead Mike. That's what I'll call you. I'll call you Copperhead Mike. I do remember, I think you were cutting. I remember a video of you cutting something out. And I don't think you showed what it was. I think it just showed the machine cutting. And I pointed to the fact that it was a ground up build. L&J. Sorry, John. But yes, okay, Copperhead, he's running Mach 4. Fantastic. I would love to talk to you about that sometime. You are more than welcome to call me. You guys can call into the show if you want. Phone is right here. It is 570-337-1602. Call the show. We'll get you on. I'll put you on speakerphone. The microphone will pick you up and you can call in anytime. I'd love to be able to get some people on here on the phone even. Let's see. John he's correcting me. It's L&J. It's just all together. LOL, no problem. Okay, so but see, this is what I love about this show. We're talking about like 5 different things. It's complete chaos, but out of that chaos, I got to speak with Mike, and the fact that he is running Mach 4, which I have never messed with Mach 4. Don't know anything about it. I stopped at Mach 3, And the reason I stopped at Mach 3 is because it's what I know. I got to use it and I got proficient on it, and I didn't move forward. Mainly because the machines that I'm running it on, the computers are still good to go and the control boxes are still good to go. But you know, I love that stuff where the guys are building stuff. It's about that journey. It really is. You know, Jerry, to kind of bring Jerry back full circle, you know, Jerry is all about making the most use of your time and getting the best return on investment. And social media is the way to do it. You know, there's no question about that. Jerry's journey is making sure that we can actually make that. You know, I honestly haven't been able to jump that shark yet. I would love to strictly go to an online sales platform and then do shows as necessary to meet fans and stuff like that. So that brings me to the Facebook ads and business page and everything like that is kind of odd for me to talk about. It's good. I mean, I can talk about it because I've experienced it and done it. But one thing that John wants me to explain what Mach 3.4 is and how it's better than an X controller. I'll explain that next. Okay, so you know, for me, it's really weird because I have built a brand where people know my face. It's really weird. I get asked to sign my artwork and I get asked to take pictures and stuff. Like when I go to Walmart, the local people see me and they're like, "Oh, I've seen you on Facebook and I've seen you on YouTube and I saw your magazine article," and I'm like, that's just small stuff to me. So it doesn't necessarily make sense. And then, you know, I go out to the shows and people are like, "Oh, I see your broadcast all the time. I follow you and what you're doing." And I'm just like, wow, that's kind of weird. I didn't realize I had that much reach, but in actuality, I do, you know? So my end goal is to be able to do shows at my leisure and have other people run them for me. But I can't do that because I need money. I need money to hire employees, pay their salary, pay all the insurances associated with it and stuff like that. So yeah, it's such a vicious circle when we start thinking about things as small businesses. And you know, we really don't know where we're going to be at in you know, 1 year, 4 years, 8 years. We just don't know. So being a small business owner is very scary. You know, the people that have a day job have that income coming in. So it's not a job for you when you're out in the shop playing. It's playtime. For me, if I'm not out in the shop working, I don't eat. And Rob Bailey said it best. Nobody gives a F if you eat. They don't care if you're hungry. And when push comes to shove, the only people that care if you are hungry are you and yours. Outside of that, you know, we can be very good business associates or whatever. But at the end of the day, if my business is going to fold up, you're not going to sit there and risk your neck to make my business work. You know, you're just not. It's not good business. It's good humanity, but it's not good business. Um, it's great. It's great in the moral sense, but it's not good business. And I understand that to a point, but I also understand that like the more businesses I help, the more platform that I have whenever I need help. Um, so, you know, I like getting out and having these talks. I like the fact that I get to talk with Mike. I talk with Jerome almost daily. As a matter of fact, I talk with him daily. John, I talk with him quite a bit. I mean, these are all people that have become a part of my life. My daily my daily help. This is my go kit that I have to. This is my pacemaker remote thing. I keep a sinus, one of those like ammonia Vicks vapor rub breathers. Yeah, we have the same laser we have. Just finished a few necessary upgrades on it. Message me and I can walk you through a few things if you want. That right there. Jerome, if you didn't see this, I'll make sure to get you in contact with him. Mike, thank you for reaching out and putting that offer out to Jerome. Both great guys, and I can't wait to see what the two of them come up with together. Okay. So I'm going to hold off on the Facebook ads and business. We're going to get Jerry on here and find out what that's all about and how we can do it. Okay. So Mach 3, I'm going to pull up Mach 3 and 4 on the setup here. Mach 3 software. All right. All right, Newfangled Solutions. Well, that's not bringing it up. Okay. Newfangled Solutions, hardware, software. Come on now. There we go. Okay. That's loading. While that's loading, all right. There we go. Okay, share screen. Let's go to screen share. Okay, so Mach 3 and 4 are they're G-code interfaces. So they actually send they interpret and send the proper electrical pulses to the machine controller. So John, for you, you use either ESEL or what else? You've got ESEL, you've got UGS, Universal G Code Sender, you've got PIC-Sender, because you're using a Gerbil software or firmware. You're using an X control box, an X controller by Inventables. It's basically an Arduino control box. Okay. Mach 3 is similar to the ESL G code and things of that nature. So basically, John uses vCarve from Aspire, from Vectric, and Universal G Code Sender. This would be akin to Universal G Code Sender, except for it's a much more robust sender interpreter. It has a visualizer on it. It has tool tables and tool offsets and stuff like that. Now, you can use Mach 3 with like an X controller or Daemon controller with Phil Johnson's new Arduino converter. Okay. But you cannot do a direct plug and play with it. Okay. What we typically do is we use like a Probotix a Probotix control box, and in that control box is a breakout board, a few stepper drivers, some switches, and stuff to do that. Can you make a show? Yeah, I mean, Mach 3 is one of those things you kind of need a machine to start learning it. I run Mach 3 on my mills and lathes. And I use either Gecko drives. So my one big CNC mill, my Bridgeport style CNC mill, I run Mach 3 with Gecko 320 drives and a CNC for PC breakout board. And then on my mini mill, I run a Mach 3 with a Probotix breakout board, Probotix drivers. On the lathe, I run Mach 3 with TB 6600 drivers and a no-name parallel port breakout board. My computers are running Axiom parallel port cards, LPT port cards. Usually ran off like a PCI Express lane on the computer. So I sound like I know what I'm talking about. I started piecing things together and working on it from there. I personally feel that Mach 3 is a much better setup because it's so robust. Let's see, we've got Copperhead there's a lot of information and tutorials on Mach 3. I went with Mach 4 mostly because it's the newest version available. Good deal. John's using UGS and vCarve Pro. Can I make a show on Mach 3? Yes, I can. So it's no good for the Xcarve. No, it's not, John. You can't use Mach 3 on the Xcarve with the X controller. You need to have another controller. Usually for stepper motors, you can use a Gecko G540 with 4-axis breakout, and that'll run your router for you. It's really as expensive as you want to get with it. The bigger the motors, the bigger the drivers, the more the control box is going to cost you. But for an X controller, you could put together like a Probotix box or a Gecko box for $400 wired. Not hard, not bad. Okay. But yeah, that's kind of some things to look at. It's kind of crazy to think. I'm gonna write this down. Mach 3 show. I actually have Brian's. I have Brian's information. I'll give him a call, Brian over at Newfangled Solutions, and I'll see if I can get him on a show sometime. Maybe bring him on and have him talk about Mach 3. Oh shit, we got Steve on here. The Buildbotics controller is an excellent controller. Steve uses a what are you using? A Fab America table? If I'm correct? And you rebuilt the controller like you were doing lead shine drivers and stuff like that, and kind of moving forward. Yeah, he says yes. So he has a great table. I believe you have the 4x8 table. You're doing some great signs. You know, I've been following his come up. You know, it's really cool. But Mach 3 is an all-inclusive solution. It's very common to use. Steve has a 4x4 table. So it's a common solution to use for any CNC machines, really. It's just one of those things. You sit there and look and think and talk and work it through. So yeah, that's that. We're going to do a Mach 3 show, Facebook ads, and business page show. We're going to do, I'm actually going to try and get Steve Grelt from the Garage Learning robotics show, or his assistant. I'm going to try and get them on the show because they actually use a lot of Arduinos and relay boards to do a lot of their stuff, which I think is really cool. But that's just me. I really enjoy what they do. So I'll try and get a show on that. John would like to add some of these folks or follow them. Well, John, I'm on roughly 500 different groups. I try and check them daily. So if you want to do like I do and spend half your day on the internet talking to people, go for it. I would say you're much better time spent out in the shop and just playing around with some of the stuff. But don't hesitate to reach out. You know, you got Jerome DeFrank. He's on Facebook. Copperhead Mike, I'm not sure if you're on Facebook or not. If you can, drop your information down there. Jerry Frere is on Facebook. Don't hesitate to take a look at his business pages. And Steve is on Facebook also. He's active in the groups. So Steve paid $550 for his controller, just hook up motors. And that's a Mach 3 setup also. Okay. So, you know, let's see if we can go through here. Mach 3, the license is $175. this is by far one of the best softwares that I've worked with. You know, the actual interface for this is fantastic. The support, the training videos, all that is top notch. So don't hesitate to start building and purchasing stuff to do a CNC machine with Mach 3. I got nothing but love for them. They were my first code sender, and you know, I just can't say enough about them. So let's see here. Steve is popping through. Not sure if it's Mach 3 or not. Oh, they built. Okay. Buildbotics has their own software and it's web-based. So, okay, so it would be akin to like a what could that be? Similar to a easel, probably closer to an easel or an open builds platform like OpenCam or something like that. Let's do this and this. So, but yeah, that's the Mach 3 software. Let's take this off. Let's stop that. We'll bring that on. Okay. John, a lot of the sites, a lot of them are Facebook groups and YouTube. You know, it's one of those things you start researching and getting out there and becoming a part of the community. The more you do, the more people reach out to you. You know, Steve and he reached out to me. What was that, Steve? 4 or 5, maybe 6 months ago, I think was the first time he reached out to me. You know, Jerome, we've been working together for quite a while. Copperhead Mike, I've been following him now for quite a while. He's been following me. Jerry, I've known Jerry now for 2.5 years. You know, you yourself, I've worked with for the better part of 1.5 years now, something like that. So, you know, you just get out there and interface with people. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at with things. You know, we've got some people on here. We've got people watching. We've got YouTube viewers. We've got a couple Facebook viewers. Pretty excited about that. What do we have to move into, or is it time to call it? You know, you guys let me know. Can you have a YouTube business page or what? You create your own YouTube business page. You create your own YouTube page. I use my page for business, but you can have a business page, like a business tutorial page. You can have a business look at me page. You can have all kinds of different pages. You make the pages. Just be very careful doing that. You know, you gotta get out there and look at stuff. You gotta start researching, man. It's not easy. I'll tell you that. It's been a long time coming for me to build up my e-course. It's been I've watched videos on how to actually video stuff. I've bought software on how to upgrade my video experience. I've bought software on how to upgrade my lives. This StreamYard software costs me money every month just to use it and broadcast out. But it's such an easy platform to do to interface. I'd love to be able to purchase the pro package and broadcast across groups. But right now, I think I can only broadcast three places, so soon enough. Like I said, as my system picks up and we do more and we're doing more shows and stuff, I'm probably going to upgrade to the StreamYard Pro package and go from there. And that'll be that. And I just got a message. What coffee are you drinking for coffee and cuts? Oh, I feel like a dumbass. Actually, my coffee is out in my living room and I've been wanting it, but I didn't go get it because I didn't want to pause the conversation. We were having such good interaction. But this morning, my wife made some Maxwell House, just run of the mill. We've got 3 different kinds of Folgers Nior. We've got 3 different kinds of Starbucks. We've got some Java Mama, some Black Rifle, some Ravens Brew, some Pete's. Yo, you know what, Jerry, you need to hook me up with a bag of Alabaster. I have only ever had 1 cup of Alabaster, and that was at a meeting with Jerry. Alabaster is a huge coffee supplier out of Williamsport. They do their own roasting. They have a cafe and stuff like that. So, I should have bought a bag whenever I was in Williamsport. I just didn't think of it. I'm running around so much, whenever I go there that I try and pack, 5 hours of work into 1 hour. So, with that being said, let's get this wrapped up for the day. We got 3 viewers on here. Anybody have any questions before we cut this out? No? Okay. If you guys have any recommendations for shows, for show topics, don't hesitate to private message me on Facebook. Don't hesitate to message me on Instagram, YouTube, Etsy, Parler, Rumble, Twitter. Trying to think of what all else I'm on. WhatsApp, and MeWe. So I'm on all the social medias, everything. It's Croft CNC. We are trying to get things squared away, and we want to make this show really happen. I think one of the things that's going to happen first and foremost, I'm going to put up some false walls for the studio. We're going to get rid of the dog couch, and I'm going to make them 2 lower areas. And I think I'm going to make them Murphy beds that fold up into the wall so that I can have a nice wall back there and do a little bit better show. I think that's what's going to happen here. And just move forward from there. So Copperhead Mike says, good show today, man. Thank you guys very much. You made the show. Interaction like this Monday through Friday. That's what you get. It's complete chaos with a touch of sanity. And we'll go from there. All right, guys. Peace.